Hey everyone, Chef Jason Hill here, and today I'm going to share with you a chicken recipe that comes out of one of my favorite all-time cookbooks, the Silver Palate. And if you are a cookbook collector or you don't have this cookbook, this is a good one to have. The Silver Palate cookbook came from a shop that was in New York, and it was owned by Sheila Lukins and Julee Rosso. So today I'm going to share with you one of my all-time favorite chicken recipes, and it's their Chicken Marbella. And it's a great recipe for entertaining, so let me show you how we do it. First we want to make up our marinade. And to do this, we're going to need a half a cup of extra virgin olive oil. And I've tweaked this recipe just a little bit, followed by about a 2/3 cup of red wine vinegar or balsamic. I'm using balsamic. Next, I've got a 1/4 cup of capers with some of their juice. And then 2 tablespoons of fresh chopped oregano. If you don't have fresh, you can use dried. Get all that in there. Hefty tablespoon of garlic-shallot puree. And I'm going to do a couple pinches of salt, maybe a good teaspoon. Fresh cracked pepper. This might take a minute. I like a lot of pepper, so at least a teaspoon. I'm going to give this a mix. Now finally we're going to add, their recipe called for a cup of sliced dried plums, but I like to go half plums and half apricots. So half cup each, followed by green Spanish olives. And there's about 12 of them in here that I've sliced up. And I get 2 to 3 bay leaves in there. Just gonna fold that together. Okay, for this recipe I'm using one 5.5 pound chicken that I've cut up, or you can use 2 small fryer chickens. And if you want to see how I cut up this chicken, check out my video here. Okay, now I'm just going to add the chicken to the marinade. You want to try and get that chicken down in there and the marinade to cover as best you can. Now we're just going to cover this. We're going to marinate it in the refrigerator overnight or for at least several hours. And you're going to want to turn the chicken probably 2 or 3 times while it's marinating. Okay, our chicken's been marinating in the refrigerator overnight, so now it's time to transfer it to a casserole dish. Lay it in there side by side. And if you can, try and lay your pieces in there with the skin side up. See, I got my skin here. Or if you don't like the skin, you can remove it if you want. I like the skin. For the marinade that's left over, at this point we're going to add a half a cup of white wine. I'm using Chardonnay. You can use other white wine. If you don't want to use wine, you can use maybe apple juice or chicken broth. Just want to scrape the pan, get all the little bits off the bottom and on the sides. Now I'm just going to take the marinade and pour it over the chicken. And then our little bit of olives and apricots and plums, capers, all go on top. At this point you kind of spread them around a little bit here. I like to tuck the bay leaves down into the marinade so their flavors come out while they're cooking. Our final step is to take a 1/4 cup of brown sugar and we just sprinkle each piece with a little pinch or 2. And that's it. All right, now it's ready for a 375-degree oven, but right now where I'm at, we're experiencing a bad heat wave, and there's no way I'm turning on this oven right now and heating up my house. So let's go outside and hit the grill. My temperature here says 375, which is perfect. I've got 3 burners. I got the 2 on high, the middle one's not on. So I can set that on there and I don't have any direct heating on onto my pan. Voila! So, I'm gonna set it right there, directly in the center, close the lid. After your chicken's been in the oven for about 15 minutes, go ahead and give them a baste. I'm using a baster, you can use a spoon and just spoon some of the sauce over the top of the chicken. Okay, we're right at about an hour. The chicken is done. Let's take it off the grill and go try it. Oh, come take a look at this. All right, here we go. Chicken Marbella. Grab a couple little pieces here. Sauce or the juice. Put a little bit on top. Oh yeah. Okay, make sure you get a little bit of everything with your bite. Get some of that juice on there. Here we go. This recipe never fails. It is definitely one of my favorite chicken dishes. Give it a try. I'm sure you're going to love it. And as always, thanks for tuning in. Cheers.